Good morning, good evening. Thanks for listening. Sorry, I'm a smidgen late. This is a show on organic gardening, organic horticulture, and organic agriculture, focusing on plant science, soil science, and microbiology. The information provided is for educational and scientific purposes and it's fact-checked. Any of the websites or papers that are discussed will be put in the description below. And if you're watching this back, fast forward until you see some screen changing, or if it's only gone for 10 minutes, it was a short show and not much was discussed. Because I rely on chat to bring in the discussion topics, so related to plant science, soil science, and microbiology. So I'll wait a little bit until cool folk like Genetic Memory Farms arrives. Go, mate. How is it cricket? That's fine, a bit late. I was watching a cricket match. It's excellent. I really enjoy it. Thank you. It's another 45 seconds to go. 30 seconds. $15 seconds to go. Righto. Time 2 minutes. So happy New Year, everybody. I hope this year is an excellent year for you and your garden brings you much joy and delight. And that's what this show is for, is to allow a little stress on you so your plants can have good times and continue their growth and development powering on. Genetic Memory Farm says, so does Australia have 4-H in the US? It is an organisation that teaches farming for kids. No. I can probably say without even looking into it. I'd hope that Australia would have it, mate. But Australia's it's got a small population, so it's very limited in what it can actually achieve. It likes to glorify its powers throughout the world, but when you live here and understand how it functions, you realise that it's very limited. And with like our universities, we got, I think it's 80 across Australia, and of them, most of them are very tiny. And so therefore the courses that have been offered and the professors or lecturers that have been hosting them are small. So it's quite limited. That's why I've studied overseas, mate, with my majority of my plant science, soil science, and microbiology studies. For that reason, because it's just extremely limited, and it's sad. And because it's so limited, they've got to put their focus on the money-creating areas, and that's where they'll put, like IT, for instance, and then that's where they'll put the money into. So therefore, there might be courses for that, but in general, for this agricultural type of thing, it's limited. Especially when I looked around for studies in university for my agricultural studies, it was extremely limited. There's only a few that actually host them, and then you look in the on their course lists, and there's only 3 or 4 related to agriculture, and other ones are economics, business, legal, things that maths, things that aren't. So I thought, this is ridiculous. Why pay 20 grand for a degree when I can go overseas and study the same courses and pay a fraction of the price and get way better knowledge? So, Genetic Memory Farm says it has become something that only exists in rural communities, but it is more needed in urban areas. We need an urban farming method that we can use to get young people interested in organics. That's pretty well said. I couldn't agree anything. Couldn't agree more, mate. It's more the space to do it. And now the vertical farming has been implemented. That's a way. And not many people are taking on board having big vertical farms are pretty expensive. If you look at the rows, the little rack set up things, they're not cheap. Well, in Australia anyway. I've looked at a few of them because I'd like to take advantage of vertical growing on the side of the house and stuff like that. You can have so much in there. And it also reduces the heat to the side of the house. So that's why I also looked at it. Maybe that's a niche market for the people out there, is the ways for people to start into it. Just like you said, we need urban farming methods that we can get young folk interested. It's just a fantastic topic. It's way out of my league. But if you need to pan together with a few different people, sounds like the 4-H method that the States have already got functioning is good. Yeah, Australia is. Next thing, Genetic Memory Farm says, something to get them to realise they can produce lettuce or something easy at home with no or little effort, save money and get the gardening bug. Yeah. They do focus a little bit on it, but it's like for apartments, they're focusing in not gardening in vertical, people in vertical in Australia. They're not. They're pushing people into cities, and then of that, they're pushing developers to develop vertical buildings and go higher. They're pulling height restrictions so they can go even higher and pump people into apartments. So that would be the urban future I would be looking into in Australia anyway. Just to get something for the terraces, or when people have 2 chairs in their balcony, why can't they have a little something there? Some cheap setup with a little timer, some pump of mister, a little electronic dial-in system that's dialed in for everyone, because people have problems because of the climate. It's so drought-like, and the weather changes so much. You can't help the wind, though. I don't know. I just like it, mate. I'd like to be involved in that type of thing to help the younger folk get involved, because it's the computer technology. Those types of things are just take reign in Australia. Hey, did you know that they've just put an implementation on the start of this year that no kids, people under 16 can't have social media? And I really like that. So that would be something for them. So no social media, but why don't you get gardening? And I'll go, what the hell? So it's really kind of good luck. The world's getting very commercialized and setting up. There's 2 major food outlets in Australia where you can buy your produce from, and they've put them into the shopping centres. So of those 2, and they pretty much pay the same price. And if you want to sell your produce to them, they take it at such a low rate, it's embarrassing. Genetic Memory Farm says, maybe Australia can take a lesson from England. Allotment garden systems, concentrates and conserves water, doesn't know how much of an issue water is. Yes. Yeah, I wish we could, mate. Australia's pretty pig-headed too. Do you know with meteorology, for instance, it's likes to, because I've studied that in the past, in the States I've studied that, and I looked at doing it here, and they said, I said, on my background, they said, no, we don't care about that. We train everybody, and we like to retrain everybody it's a 12-month course. I went, what? 12 months to understand the whole of the weather systems, how they function, all that sort of thing, and blah, blah. And they said, yes. And then you look at the actual meteorology, and it's so wrong and whack. And they grab their weather systems, their predictions. They say, oh, we're using the Japanese model. Oh, this is from the European model. Anyway, I don't want to get into the negative. It's the start of the year. It's got to be a nice year. That is awesome. Social media is ruining a whole generation. Yes. If you look at the depression level in kids, it was going down too much, and they were putting it onto that. And it's true. I don't do social media. And you look on there and everything's positive. Oh, they're doing that. Oh, I wish I was doing that. Oh, I wish I was doing that too. Oh, how fun would that be? And then you think, look at my shit. Then you look at your shit situation. But it's not shit situation you're in. You got to appreciate what you have. So social media takes you out of that realm. I don't like it. Or you get people that tell you negative things that sort of negative things shouldn't hurt you, but they do take a toll. This has been a bit of a weird show. It's about passing on, or somehow getting urban folk or rural folk more into agriculture more. Even me, I'm in a rural area and not many people grow their own produce. They struggle because of the shit environment, the shit conditions that there are. The substrates are very depleted. Australia is very low in molybdenum, for instance, and that's one of the 17 essential elements of plants. And it's actually 1 part per billion you need, but without molybdenum, nitrification can't take place. So that's just an example of why people struggle. They don't put much effort into the organic side of things, which creates all these elements for themselves. They'd rather go to the store and buy stuff, which are very depleted in elements, and they might even be toxic. I'm with you, Genetic Memory Farms, about trying to help the next generation to grow their own produce and stuff, but it's such a limited few that we are. It's just hard. You know? People will say they want to do it, but then there'll be money. They'll have to put their money into other special things because, since COVID, money has changed. Everything's price has doubled. It's only tough times. Oh, well, we just got to appreciate what we have, and somehow even these people in apartments, getting them involved. And it's hard with their substrates. They should really just do probably hydroponics. And then it's hard to do organics hydroponics, because with substrates, you've got to keep buying soil. It's hard to amend your own. So think of someone who lives in an apartment with a small balcony. To be an ongoing and produce their own lettuce all year round, I think it's hydroponic, which you can do with teas. Remember, I put up that slide that shows an organic hydroponic setup with lettuce. It was a commercial setup, and they did it from organic teas. So the leachette, and you bubble that up and then put that back through the system. So it can be done. What was the thing we're also focusing on up here? Something. Yeah, that's more today's topic. Because there's nothing more rewarding than producing your own produce, eating it, feeling heaps better, and then keeping some of those seed, letting some of it go to seed, then reseeding it next year. That's pretty blooming rewarding. And then you go to the shop and you see, oh wow, what, they're charging top dollar for the stuff that I produced that I gave to my goats the other day. Holy mackerel! And mine's organic too. It's very rewarding, and unfortunately, media and marketing doesn't show that side of things. They show how rewarding computer games are, or eating bad food, or stuff like that. It's hard to get people involved, mate. It nearly needs parents to teach the kids. And then the kids aren't really going, well, why? We'll just go to the shop and buy it. I want to make money. I want to get rich on top dollar, then I'll just buy it all. Yeah, I agree, but come back to the basics. It's hard to get people to step back. Next generation to step back. GMF says, I wonder if composting might be the way to get kids started. Biorecycling to improve soil, making food easier to grow. See, I like that way, that approach. Start community composting and then turn that compost into community garden. Yes, that's better, mate. That's a good way. Because kids these days, there's too much money to be made. They don't want to do the garden. But if they see someone around them very sick or unhealthy, they might go, wow, well, this will improve their life. Oh, that might wake them up. But yeah, the biorecycling could be one approach. GMF says, if money is a concern, maybe teach kids how to make money off compost. Yeah, I like what you're putting out, mate. I wish it was that easy too. It'd be fantastic just to try and teach them to have interested folk to do that. That's what good people to tune into this show. I'd even, sway them aside. I've shown those ways where you can make your vermicastings commercially using bamboo setups. How people do it in third world countries. There's lots of entrepreneurships in agriculture that could happen that we need. But how do you get the kids to start? It's not being taught in our schools here, or if it's at limited capacities. In our universities, it's only a select few in the country, and of that, the degrees are very limited with their courses that they put in them. So it's the agronomists in Australia are limited in their education from what they gain from the professors who teach it in Australia because of the limited course resources they have. It's sad. That's why I was happy to learn what I have and I know. And all of a sudden, remember I've told you about my neighbours. They've finally, when I've moved to here, I've let them know what I think they should do. They're finally doing that now, 2 years on. And it's just interesting how they've had to have a lot of other paid agronomists to go over their fields, do soil assessments, all this sort of stuff, do trial and error. Oh, look at all this seed that's faulty. Oh, this is wasting. Bad time of year to plant it. Oh, no. Blah, blah. So one method is lime. They've gone and raised their pH to remove the weeds and better cycle the nutrients better. So at least it's a start. It's just hard, mate. I'd like to get more people educated in the agricultural sector so we could push organics. It's a shame big manufacturers say, buy this, get rid of your bugs straight away. But they don't know that they're getting rid of all their good bugs too. Just education. Without putting people down. They're either, I don't want to say it, just education. We need to educate more. I don't know how to either, mate. It's beyond me. Sad, really. Oh well. At least we try. Have this show. I appreciate Genetic Memory Farms for all your input, mate, in trying to help others as well. You're a good resource with your experience and knowledge too. It's good to bounce ideas off you. So I appreciate for you to be involved with this show each week. Just like to say that. Because basically without you, there wouldn't be much. It'd be a 10-minute show every week. Short show. At least we've put some awareness out there. And yeah, good luck. And the thing is the world really needs more folk to grow their own, but big marketing struggles with organics because they haven't found a way to make money off it yet. India has. They've been doing it for ages, but yeah, good luck. GMF says, same here. We need to teach these concepts early so they are options for kids to explore when they get older. I think you just said it, kids' education. Sesame Street for gardening. I like it. Righto, well, I think that's it for the show today. If you're rewatching this back, thank you for watching it. And I hope to see you next week on the live stream, when we'll be here answering and helping others entrepreneur and help them grow their own for better consumption and to improve many avenues of your life when you grow your own. It's fantastic. So happy New Year, everybody. All the best for your new year. All the best for all the weed nerds. Hope everything goes really, really well. And next week, I'll see you here again next week. And yay for the cricket. Woo! It's good. GMF says, much love, brother. Be well. I will. The goats are awesome. They'll be outside waiting for me. I've introduced some carrots and raisins into their daily treats now. It's good. Miniature goat fun. Thanks for your nice words, mate. Happy New Year, everybody. All the best for 2026. See you next week. Happy breeding, happy growing. Good health to you all. Enjoy the cricket. Bye-bye. How adorable. Yeah, I might. Yeah. Thanks, mate. Bye-bye. Speak to you soon, buddy. See you all.